Here is your long, emotional, cinematic-style story with a strong hook and 2 full chapters, no headings, no labels, just flowing paragraphs as you requested. The floor trembled first like a passing truck, then the world shifted. Amir's phone buzzed at the same time. Your final interview begins in 10 minutes. But the single dad's eyes were not on the phone. They were on the collapsing building across the street, where a young woman screamed as concrete crashed around her. In that one moment, Amir had to choose: chase the job that could change his and his daughter's future, or save a stranger he didn't know. His heart made the choice before his mind did. He sprinted toward the destruction, unaware that the woman he was risking everything to save would return into his life only hours later, in a way he never imagined. Amir had always lived on thin edges, thin savings, thin confidence, thin time. As a single dad raising 8-year-old Hiba, every day felt like a race he was slightly behind in. But today was supposed to be different. Today, he had the biggest interview of his life, a chance at a stable salary, health benefits, a future with fewer fears. He left the house early, kissed Hiba on the forehead, and promised, "Tonight, we celebrate." She had packed him a lucky snack in her little bag, a squished sandwich, and hugged him twice for good luck. That memory flashed through Amir's mind as another aftershock hit and dust swallowed the street. He didn't think. He didn't look back. He jumped over cracks in the pavement and pushed through waves of panicking people running the opposite way. The cries from beneath the collapsed shop were faint but desperate. He shoved debris aside with his bare hands, ignoring the sharp edges tearing his skin. A voice trembled from beneath a broken metal beam, "Please. I'm pinned. I can't move." He crouched and saw her, dust-covered, terrified, but alive. Her leg was trapped under concrete, her breath shallow from the rising dust. "It's okay. I'm here," Amir whispered, as if calming his own pounding heart. "You need to go. It could collapse again," she cried. Amir shook his head. "I'm not leaving you." Another tremor shook the ground violently. Amir lunged, wrapped his arms around the heavy slab, and pushed with everything he had. His muscles screamed. His palms bled. But slowly, inch by painful inch, the concrete shifted. He pulled the woman out just as the beam fully gave way and smashed where she had been trapped seconds earlier. She collapsed into his arms crying, trembling. "You saved my life," she whispered. He barely heard her. His body was shaking from exhaustion, adrenaline, maybe even fear. Sirens blared in the distance. People yelled. Dust rained again. Everything felt unreal. Hours later, after helping other survivors, giving statements, and lending his jacket to the woman he saved, the reality hit him like a second earthquake. His interview was over. The chance was gone. He sat alone on a broken curb, head in his hands, as the weight of everything collapsed inside him. He imagined Hiba's hopeful face, the dinner she might be planning, the disappointment he would have to explain. Tears pressed against the back of his eyes, but life had a strange way of circling back. As the sun dipped behind the damaged skyline and rescue teams continued their search, a sleek black car pulled up beside him. A woman stepped out, clean now, changed into fresh clothes, but unmistakably the same one he had dragged from the rubble. She approached him with a soft, almost trembling smile. "I've been looking for you," she said. He looked up, confused. She took a breath. "My name is Zoya Karim, and I'm the owner and CEO of the company where you were supposed to interview today." Amir's heart almost stopped. "I heard what you did," she continued, voice thick with emotion. "Not just for me, but for others too. My staff told me you never even checked your phone. You just helped." Her eyes softened. "I don't know what you were going to say in that interview, Amir, but I've already seen your character. And that tells me more than a resume ever could." His breath hitched. I needed that job. For my daughter. But I couldn't walk away while people were trapped." Zoya nodded slowly. "Exactly. And that's why I'm here." A small smile tugged at her lips. "Come by the office when things settle. You don't need another interview. The job is yours, if you still want it. Amir blinked hard as his vision blurred. He wasn't a man who cried easily, but this broke him open. Thank you, he whispered, voice cracking. And Amir, she added softly, you didn't just save a stranger. You saved a mother, a daughter, a sister. My family owes you more than you can imagine. For the first time that day, hope rushed into Amir's chest like fresh air. He looked up at the shattered buildings, the sirens, the dust, the chaos, and then at the woman whose life he had saved, and somehow, from amidst all the destruction, something bright had survived. That night, when he walked into his small apartment and Hiba ran into his arms, he held her tighter than ever. Did we get to celebrate? She asked with big curious eyes. Amir smiled through tears, kissed her hair, and whispered, yes, sweetheart. We do. Sometimes the world breaks, just so it can rebuild something better, and sometimes, skipping the biggest moment of your life brings you to the one that truly changes everything.